Now, usually I would just play a clip of whatever example I want to show you, but this video is only about 30 seconds long, and there's no need for me to sample from that. So instead, I'll just ask you to pause this video, see the description box, go listen to it, and come on back. 30 seconds long. You'll be back here quicker than a flash of lightning. Go see it, because later I'm going to talk about how ridiculous that is. And not him. He's not ridiculous. I'm talking about what's ridiculous is why he even had to do that is what's ridiculous. Okay? Ready, set, go. Okay. I hope you went and saw that like I asked you to, because if you didn't, I'm telling you, if you go over there and look at that, you're probably going to be wondering what's going on. But now, about 7 years ago, there was this controversy stirred up on a Yale campus. It was over what we're seeing these days. It was about Halloween costumes, but not really. And I'll tell you later what I mean by not really. But the students were saying that they wanted to be safe from Halloween costumes. And one of the teachers tweeted that the other students should feel free to not be politically correct on Halloween. Well, the students caught up with that teacher's husband back in about 4 or 5 minutes.
News 8's Bob Wilson was on campus this evening. He has the story.
Well, this all started back at Halloween when the associate master, Erica Christakis, sent out an email to students saying we need to be a little less politically correct. Let the kids go out and have fun when choosing their Halloween costumes. And it grew such a backlash that today she stepped down.
Right? You're all for racism. Okay. So we're sitting here telling you that you are being racist. You are being offensive. You admitted that you hurt us. Why can't you say sorry and move past it?
I'm sorry.
By saying that you didn't have the right to dress up as us, just calm down your opinion and let
Who
him
is
finish
next?
now.
I won't finish. I was going to tell you about the events we were planning, but she had her hand raised. And
Sorry, what's my name first?
See, now this is the thing. So I have 500 students.
No, but here's the thing was that, wait a second. Not everyone yell. I was in your class my freshman year and attended all of your office hours. You were my sophomore year advisor. I am currently the Silliman Activities Council co-president. I live here. I eat in the dining hall for all 3 meals, and you should know my name.
Yes, I should.
My name is Michaela.
Yes,
you have called me other names. People have called me Geraldine. People have called me Malika. People have called me Nina.
But now I've learned Geraldine, and I've learned Malika, and I've learned. Thank you. I have 500. Yes, I have 500 names to learn. But it's not just yes. But you know, let me. I have 500 names to learn, and if you'd like to see this as a personal offense, my difficulty in learning names. You can.
I do see as a okay, but I have a point because.
But Michaela, you have to understand, it has nothing to do with your race. My difficulty in learning your name.
Well, that's how it seemed because that.
I know, but can you see? I am making an idea. I'm expressing that one of my limitations as a person, which I always had, was I wasn't very good with memorizing names, and it's got nothing to do with race, Michaela. I think this conversation in its intensity will really seal it, and I hope in my prior interactions with you, I've never treated you with any disrespect.
And you haven't. I was just about to say, in this class that I took with you, where you expressed issues about how you showed scientific studies about how racism affects the black body in its physiological form. Yes. So I'm saying these studies that you have cited, which you seem to not care about, that you and your wife seem to have kind of dismissed in the course of events of the past couple weeks. You've gone to discussions with students, but largely have not listened to us. So I feel that in your role as master and associate master, after sending that email and after not having an appropriate response, that our opinion has been dismissed. That you guys have not said, I hear you. I hear that you are hurting, and I am sorry that I have caused you to feel pain. I have not heard that from you, and I have not heard that from your wife.
So as I was telling you, I'll speak up a little, so I won't yell at her. Is that fair?
That's fair. All right.
Okay. All right. And that's not what's happening from my perspective. From my perspective.
I don't see you as
Can I say something? Can I just interject really quickly? The moral of Michaela's comment just now, the moral of the story is that she wants an apology, yet you respond not with an apology. That's my question. I'm just saying, can I finish? Are you going to address the heart of her comment? That's all I want.
I'm just saying, the fact that you ask for an apology doesn't mean that the other person, instantly has to say yes.
Okay, so the
person has to think about what it is that you're asking for.
So then my question is,
for
what is the
Tell me what it is.
my question, because you heard us, regardless of whether you hold similar views or whether you intended to, or whether I didn't mean it, or whether I'm sorry, I misspoke, I misworded the email, that is irrelevant. What we want now is a response and a moving forward, not, oh, I meant this, no, oh, I don't think you understand me, okay, it doesn't matter if I understand you. The net effect is this.
It doesn't matter if you understand me?
Well,
you had me until there.
All right, okay, fine.
You had me really until
we can
there.
just cut that out.
Okay, wait.
See, then I just made a mistake, and I'm sorry for saying that. It doesn't matter.
Okay, so you want me to say, I apologize that I hurt your feelings. I'm looking at her and I'm listening very carefully. And it goes, deeper than that. I know it's deeper than that.
So then apologize!
I want to make sure.
I don't understand, what is the issue?
Can I say, I'm sorry, you're going to say that you have conflicting principles, right?
Yeah, you believe in the principle. Let me finish this, please.
I'm sorry to bring up like this.
Not remembering her name is racist. Man said he got 500 students, but for some reason she still thought that she should be the standout. But the way that lady started crying and how the other one jumped in front of her to make her feel safe from a dude who was already incredibly passive the whole time is where we're at. That's where we're at. And the Halloween costumes was only a mechanism for what's called wokeism today. That's what I meant by not really. But back when that happened 7 years ago, a lot of people thought it was funny, but not everybody. And I was one of those, not everybody. It was a funny moment or two in there, especially these parts.
Because other people have rights too, not just you.
Walk away. It doesn't deserve to be listened to.
Unsafe space here.
I
Stay quiet. As your position as master, it is your job to create a place of comfort and home for the students that live in Silliman. You have not done that. By sending out that email, that goes against your position as master. Do you understand that? Then
no, I don't agree with that.
Then why the fuck did you accept the position?
Because
Who the fuck hired you?
I have a different
You
vision
should
than you.
step down. If that is what you think about being a master, you should step down.
I
want to make sure.
I don't understand. What is this? Because we're dying.
Right now. Look at me.
Yes.
Look at me.
Yes.
There were a few funny moments, but overall, it wasn't funny at all. It was actually scary. And I played that clip before, I think, 5 or 6 years ago. And I told people that those are the mindsets that's going to be running things in America. And like I said, the costume thing was only a liaison. It could have been anything, like being white.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
What did I do wrong?
You have a better.
You're offensive. Police lives matter?
You have the same sticker.
We're just trying to do school.
What?
You guys have the same sticker of the other.
But this is our space.
We've got a Police Lives Matter sticker and we're getting kicked out. Can't do school. Nobody's kicking you out. You just said we have to leave.
No, I said.
You're making this
You
space
said it makes me feel
uncomfortable.
uncomfortable.
But you're white. Do you understand what a multicultural space? It means you're not being centered.
White's not a culture?
No, it's not a culture. White is not a culture. Say it again to the camera. You think whiteness is a culture?
This is insane.
So anyways, this is the violence that ASU does, and this is the type of people that they protect. Okay, this white man thinks he can take up our space, and this is why we need a multicultural space. Because they think they can get away with this shit.
This is our space.
This is our space.
We make this fucking space. We have to work for 5 years to make this space.
We worked for 5 years for ASU to build a multicultural
Yeah,
space.
this was the
like white supremacist like narratives about like police lives matter is saying police
Yeah,
lives
it is.
matter
Yes, it is. Yeah, it's affiliated with white nationalists.
It is.
They're just
It is
sitting here
affiliated
to
to a lot of-
study, and
it
you
is.
guys went out of your way to inconvenience.
Because this
Yeah, because this is our space. We fought for this shit for 5 years, since 2016. You have no idea about the labor that was created to create this space.
I'm gonna sit here the whole time, and you can find somebody to kick me out.
That's cool. We
We're
will.
not kicking you out. We're asking you to leave if you have any consideration for people of color and our marginalization.
They clearly
Room
don't.
that I can go?
Yeah, the whole rest of the campus, the second floor, the first floor, the whole MU, every single part of the campus centers you. This is the only space that you're not centered, and you're still trying to center yourself, which is peak white cis male bullshit.
You know, I'm not racist. I'm just studying.
Oh, you're not.
You are racist. You're.
I pay the same fucking tuition as you.
Yep.
Hold on, but
Yeah, that's fine, and you have everywhere. You have.
I'm working 60 hours a week while going to school because my parents don't just give me money.
It doesn't matter.
Okay, it doesn't matter. You have the second floor.
My skin doesn't matter. Or you. I don't care about what color your skin is.
You can get out of here if you're going to be yelling at people because they're black people. We need to defund and defast in our
You're gonna kick us out for yelling. You guys are
So no, now we're saying.
Shut the fuck up.
So you're not getting homework done. You're not getting homework done.
You guys are gonna be so
We're not getting homework done. You're making
racist.
people feel uncomfortable. So can you go? It's just that simple. People are feeling uncomfortable by your sticker. Just like if I had a this is
Okay, we're
I
racist.
hate white people thing on. That's the same thing as being
point the
as this
camera over
police
here.
lives matter. So you're
the
making
camera over
people
here.
uncomfortable. You can go.
Seriously,
I was just studying. I pay the same fucking tuition as you.
And
This
I
is
asked
this
you
white
for
man
white
telling
things.
black people fuck
You
you,
don't buy this building?
cussing out
I
black people.
work.
You just proved
I'm
yourself.
an official employee.
I don't care where you work for. You can't kick us out of here.
I just told you to shut the fuck up because you're making me feel unsafe. And
Never mind the Blue Lives Matter thing, because just like the costumes, the wokeism don't care. It could have been anything, like a Mr. Potato Head. Remember, Mr. Potato Head was offensive. They tried to get rid of his gender. Or like the other video I did about 5 or 6 months ago, where people are saying that referring to a foreign language as a foreign language is racist.
Hey everyone, and welcome back. Today we're just gonna relax and have some fun with a language professor. He wants to push his politics into languages, and we're gonna laugh at him.
Second, the label foreign language assumes an absolute binary between national on the one hand and alien or foreign on the other.
Well, it is a fucking binary. If I don't know the language, it's foreign to me. What do you want me to do? Go, oh, well, I don't understand shit. I have no idea what anyone's talking about, but it's not a foreign language. It's completely familiar to me. I know everything except what they're saying.
This dichotomy resonates with xenophobic, nativist, nationalist, and colonialist ideologies and projects.
Oh, here we go. It's racist if you don't call it world language. Yeah, that's not emotional manipulation at all. Do what I want, or you're a racist. This is not the N-word. Get over yourself.
First, a foreign language is a language not commonly spoken in the country of the speaker.
Yes, and what's wrong with that? Seems like a perfectly good definition to me.
However,
the other shoe drops.
the association between language and nationality is contingent, vague, and pernicious.
How is it contingent, though, unless you're talking about macro-historical perspectives? And pernicious? Really? How is it harmful to say, I don't know this language, so therefore it's foreign to me? Like a fucking foreign language.
A few months ago, and some of y'all listening, you know who Beasley is. And when he said what he said, I had to pull the first Black Achievement card out on it. You know how even though decades have passed since the Civil Rights era, people are still handing out the first black person to do stuff awards. You know, like the first black CEO of this and the first black person to do that. But I had to give him his award on this comment board and give him the first black person award for saying it. And I've heard a lot of different people say it, but that was the first time I heard a black person talk about where all this stuff came from, right? And I didn't say he was the first black person. I said he was the first black person that I've heard talk about it, right? And he talked about where all this Maoism came from and how it got on these college campuses, like what you saw at Yale in Arizona State. And he said that during World War II, after Germany surrendered, the United States and others took POWs and essentially made these POWs an offer that they couldn't refuse. It was either work for us or die in jail or be executed for war crimes. And, you know, of course, you take that deal because how much of a choice do you really have, right? And these were Germany's scientists and others of their best and brightest. And these people eventually ended up working at NASA and in these colleges, right? Or in other words, communists ended up being teachers. And this is where the wokeism comes from, right? And the wokeism is actually Marxist Maoism. But anyway, that's how it got here.
But politically, perhaps I have to think about this. Well, no one did more to encourage student organizing like Barack Obama. Last year, he talked about training the next generation of community organizers.
Mateo and I and others have been talking about how we can create an effective network of global activists, some who are in politics, some who are in business, some who are in journalism or working for NGOs, and provide them the tools, the training, the networks, the relationships, the funding, so that they can be even more effective.
I thought we were supposed to be training like code writers to work in the 21st century economy, but we're training the activists. And I would say about what the president said there, they've already been pretty effective, right? Policing speech codes on college campuses, ejecting administrators who don't toe their political line, and now pushing for DACA and gun control laws.
And of course, you have Republicans trying to lay blame on Democrats when the fact of the matter is that that stuff been going on for decades, even before Obama was even born. Right? Now, I told you that the costumes and the Blue Lives Matter thing are only mechanisms or excuses that they use. Right? The video I asked you to look at. Listen. When you have to say "erder" instead of murder, there's a problem. When you have to say "ill" because you know that the climate is too sensitive for you to say "kill," there's a problem. You heard how ridiculous that was, right? And not him. It's why he felt he needed to censor himself to that degree. That's what was ridiculous. And that's all I wanted to do. That's all I wanted to do in this commentary. I wanted to tell people who may have been wondering where this woke stuff came from.